All right. Yeah, the lighting's looking pretty good. I think that might do some slightly different thing with the camera. That that's just there's a lot of space here, and then the character's a bit crowded in the corner here. So I think maybe you could do a different composition for this shot that would help. I think this wave could improve because it looks like all you're doing is rotating the shoulder, and you're going to want to get the elbow and wrist involved in that. Um, I think the lighting's pretty good in general, but maybe too many cast shadows. So uh, usually you just want. Well, I mean, you can. It's not a hard and fast rule, but often there's just kind of one main light that's casting the shadows, and the other lights don't cast quite so many shadows. So, but everything has a pretty good look to it. It's just the character's face is so black, you kind of lose any detail in there. I wonder if you want to lighten that a little bit. Um, so let's look at here. Let's start with that camera stuff. Is this the yeah? Let's get the thingy up. Is that not the thing? Where's the Wait, oh, we don't have the gate mask. Oh, that's why. What? Why is it not showing that? Gate mask. Did you adjust the gate mask to be more pushing gate? Weird. Hmm. I don't know why it's not showing that. All right. Well, just try a different panel and. Okay, now it's working in here. I don't know. Um, must have been something was set with that view. Now, interestingly, this texture's deal is it's weird. Anyway, the main thing I was saying was this shot. The character is pretty tight to that side, and usually you want to leave room in front of the character. So I would suggest something. Whoops. Boy, it's a bit touchy, is it? What about something like this? Have the character on a third line and just first of all, let's change these to stepped again. Lose this one. Well, I guess if you're gonna have all that intersection stuff going on, I guess you don't want to be that wide. Um, but we can do something similar. Make sure these are stepped again. Also, and even that, like, maybe you could scooch over more. Um, you tend to want to cut on the action, so you'd actually want to cut a little later, ideally. And that's pretty wide. But again, okay, but um, for this, yeah, and also the head's not moving, the spine isn't moving, and everything's staying perfectly still, The character looks, except for the arms, so you need to get the rest of the body in it. But when I was saying the elbow and the wrist, so, you know, when, so maybe it's, here, and then maybe, as it comes down, this elbow rotates. And then when it goes back up, maybe it rotates the other way. And when it's down, it could sort of do the opposite of the and then I don't know that that's so great, but that looks kind of weird. I think I went too far with it. Also, I kind of feel like it should be more in the elbow to begin with. I think maybe part of the issue is there's so much on the shoulder. What I might do is take a look at this. Oh gosh, it's all of these. But I guess let's just do them one at a time. So R for scale, shift. Why is it not letting me scale those? Oh, that's weird. Okay, can we move them? Yeah, move these up a little bit, move those down a little bit. And then do that for these as well. Whoops. That just looks weird to me. I might just start it over. But, I think that when I'm waving, my shoulder is moving maybe, I don't know, 5 or 10 degrees. And then there's more going on in the elbows and wrists than there is in the shoulder. So with the big shoulder movement. But yeah, maybe look at some reference and see how people wave and just try to copy one of those. But I guess what looks weird, and I probably overdid the amount of elbow and wrists I put in, but I think you don't want the elbow wrists to not be moving. They should be part of the movement too. And the rest of the body should be alive as well, right? You shouldn't just have, it's perfectly static, like maybe, the character kind of leans during this, even that little bit, I don't know how, makes the character look more alive, and maybe the head tilts too, it's a little slow and floaty, might want like a, but still it's better than being perfectly still. So you just got to spend more time on it, look at some reference or record some reference and try to copy that. But you don't want things to be stuck still. We were going to look at the shadows, but for some reason, yeah, what all is casting shadows in here? Let's take a look at that. Probably all of them. So this one's coming from the window, right? So that's one. So leave that one's shadows on, but maybe the rest of these. Let's turn it off. See if we like that better. Didn't see any change there. Oh, it just takes a minute to update. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's better. So you have kind of the one main one casting shadows, and then the rest are. Alright, yeah, you see these shadows here and on the floor, and you don't have all these kind of crazy shadows going on. There's just one main light. Because the bounce light off the walls wouldn't cast shadows of their own generally, unless they're really intense bounce light.